Hello everyone and welcome to our new series Educational Blitz. So in this series I am basically explaining every single move I make on the chessboard in order for you to understand why I play like I play and so that you are going to improve. So we get the Alien Gambit. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Let's take. And the idea in the Alien Gambit is that after they develop the knight, you try to break in the center over here to destabilize his center, and then you're just going to drop back here. Now, this is kind of getting annoying now, and you will have to take care because after this, you'll have to play something like this, and then the queen is going to annoy you as well. Luckily, you have the knight, but obviously they're going to try to undermine the fact that you have the knight and get in somewhere else. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. Luckily, I'm probably gonna make it or at least try to trade because if you trade the queens, the attack is way weaker. Okay, so we get this. Interesting. Personally, I don't really know the theory that much, so I'm just going to take, hoping it's not a complete blunder, and yeah, I'm just going to develop the bishop afterwards. I should expect something like this to attack me from the other side, but that's why I'm going to develop the bishop either over here or over here, and then after I go something like this, we should be in a fine position. I don't think I've ever seen a better position from this type of Alien Gambit. So many people actually don't allow the Alien Gambit and play something else. So they don't weaken this diagonal, they don't play h6. You have to have some courage when you play the Alien Gambit, but you have to know what you're doing as well. So you can't just be doing random things. I'm so takes, I'm just going to take, and we're up a lot of material, and I believe this is not with the alien. Nah, I'm just kidding, of course. And whoa, we're winning against the Alien Gambit. Good. So what are we doing now? The Alien Gambit is busted, obviously. You know how to play against it now. And apparently Queen e2, and we're going to take here. That's no way, that's a game actually. What? Okay, so Leeches says in the database there is a game like this, you can see. But yeah, knight c6, just abomination of a move. And we get knight g6 check, and then we get knight e5. What? What are these people doing? Okay, it were 1500s. I didn't notice that it was 1500. So someone reached our position before, and let's see if we played it accurately enough. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I'm going. What? Oh, it's leeches. Yeah, it's just leeches. Okay, so takes, and then push, and then this was apparently a complete blunder. They were supposed to go here, and okay, okay. So I completely blundered against the Alien Gambit, and after they were here, uh, yeah. So I was supposed to push. Okay, guys, mark this one. You have to push. Okay, so they go here, and now I get this move. I push, and then take, and then take, and then they resign. Okay, we're going to play another one just for the sake of the video because we busted the Alien Gambit, but not in a way where we were completely winning and we actually managed to play against it correctly. So we're playing against Kestor, whatever. Um, or we aren't. I mean, we don't see any first move from him. I guess we're gonna have to play again afterwards if he doesn't move. Okay, yeah, we have to search for another opponent. The game was aborted. And now we play with the black pieces again. Not a problem. Not a problem. You get the Nimtsovich attack, I believe. I'm not sure. We're going to mirror him on the other side and just play like we would play against a London type of setup. So we get this. And let's attack him. And I could play some undermining move like c5 afterwards. I could see push, and yeah, we get push actually. And let's go here and then play c5. Playing c5, undermining this pawn, and then after takes we're going to develop, and then either open up the bishop this way or fianchetto. We're just going to take, and now after takes with the pawn, okay, so I assume that he thought we were going capture, but we aren't going to capture. This is a setup that, I mean, if I'm going to do an educational series, I should probably play more serious setups, but it actually pretty much suits my playstyle. So if you are an aggressive player and you like dynamic position, you should aim to play something like this. And I'm going to show it to you in the Queen's Gambit or in the Jobava London type of way. Because this was obviously not a very common opening and the opponent is not going to play what my opponent just played. Let's play d5 here. If he unpasses, you're just going to take, and if not, we have a really strong center with ideas like c4, locking everything up, and he cannot break the pawns. Okay, that doesn't happen. Our opponent recognized the threat, and I'm just going to develop my knight. And as you can see, I begin to talk faster, but you can put this video in like 0.5 if you need to understand the ideas or take a little more time to understand what I'm saying. But I'm just going to take is bad, obviously. That's why you put the knight here. So I'm thinking here, it's a dynamic position. As you can see, this pawn clamp here, it's not actually clear which one you should take first or not. Let's just put our rook to d8. Let's put this one. I mean, I was hesitating for a second because this pawn could become a weakness later on, but for now that pawn is pretty much strong and it doesn't really matter. So we get takes, we take back with the bishop, and now the bishop is going to be a sniper as the sniper was unlocked. Maybe we get a move like c4 and we're just going to drop back, and something like d5 doesn't work because we simply just capture back. So if he pushes, we just drop back, and he can't play d5 because after all captures we are going to end up a pawn. These are just speculations and ways that I think, and I've actually heard Magnus Carlsen things like this during games as well, and tries to somewhat predict or calculate some variations, some common moves that he might do in advance. But yeah, I'm just going to play the other rook to e8, centralizing, even though protecting this pawn could have been helpful as well. In some positions we get attacked over there. It doesn't really matter right now. It doesn't look like our opponent is planning to start an attack. And here it's getting interesting because we could just push, but I really hope for this capture over here, and we also could take, but I just strongly believe he's going to take with the pawn, because if he takes with the knight or with the rook, I was just going to jump my knight over here. So in some way I need to free up the knight, in another way I need to push to lock up the position and to stop something like c4. So let's push. I don't see a better alternative. We're going to analyze with the engine afterwards and see if anything else was better. Here I'm actually drawing some stuff in my head. I'm actually drawing on a chessboard what I'm calculating in my head right now. I'm looking for knight reroutes in order to place the knight on a good square. Over here is just going to get traded off, and it's not good. So over here we could get some active squares, but I really think that after going here, she's just going to capture, and then we're going to have some weird pawn formation over here. So I'm not going to do that yet. Let's see. So after something like this, it's also not optimal, and we would love to put the knight over here to have control over the center, but this pawn is annoying, so that is not going to happen either. Okay, I place my rook on c8 as it's a more important square, and now we get this. As you can see, the knight is probably looking to come in here, and I actually missed this idea. You have to think about what your opponent is trying to do. I was too focused on my calculations, and this was not the optimal way to play, but I'm just going to play here. I could expect something like h4 and trying to undermine and go over here, but yeah, h4. I'm just going to play h5, and our opponent is getting pretty aggressive over here. And wow, I just saw that this knight move was just brilliant over here. It was just a really clean move to make. We didn't do it, I didn't do it. So I'm thinking about plans now. You have to make plans during chess games, and I'm just going to put my knight over here and start an attack myself, because I cannot hesitate and wait for my opponent to start an attack, especially not the type I am playing, the type of game I like to play. You have to be careful, you have to squeeze the juice out of the position. That's what I often say to my students and in videos, and if you understand this mechanic to squeeze the juice out of the position, you're going to get way better at chess. Unless you're doing it already and there's some other fundamental stuff that you are not getting. Okay, so we get this attack. I'm just going to defend it with the queen as well. So now there is no threat anymore. And yeah, we get this. And we lost the pawn. Let's go. I'm going to push, and after takes we're going to break through. And even though we lost the pawn, we should technically be fine. I hope. Because I actually missed the idea that he can go back with the bishop. And that's really pathetic because it was very simple to see. But this is something I struggle with in Blitz chess especially. Because I'm not a very fast player, to be honest. I like to take my time and find the best move. And find the best combination and possibility. And there's simply no time for it in the Blitz. That's why my Blitz rating is so much inferior to my rapid or other longer time formats ratings. So now we get this. And we are feeling the time pressure slowly. But it should be fine. His queen taking over there, but now us getting counterplay is probably fine for us. I'm not going to lie. And now I'm just going to go over here, targeting it like this, and force him to make a decision. We have some strong maneuvers, and we have some strong ideas as well. Here it could get a little interesting, but we should be still fine. And yeah, it's a dynamic position. I'm just going to go in here to defend my knight because we just placed it there. And I was not going to lose my knight in one move. And over here I have to drop back. Annoying, but obviously there's no other idea. So going here is actually pretty interesting. And I was thinking about taking over here, which actually works out, and we should be fine in this position. I mean, us playing with increment is a way better idea because in the last video I was playing with normal or without an increment and just normal blitz, and I was struggling a bit in the time scramble, but we won that game too, so it's fine. Are we going to get 2 wins or what? Let's go over here and trade it off. And our rook is pretty active. We should be really good in this position. And even though we lose this, I suppose that we can go here and here. And I don't think we're bad. I don't think we're doing bad at all. I'm still going to go there. And I could have taken right away, but I believe in this. And my opponent flagged. Let's see what the stage was in. Okay, so correct. Yeah, W's. Okay, so taking was a complete draw and a complete blunder, but going over here it was going to allow us to win the game. We were completely winning, and the idea is that whatever our opponent does, we're just going to capture, and after he can capture back, but we are just going to have a dominant position, and we are just going to simply win the game. After something like this, the Stockfish is actually saying to repeat moves, but I would have taken here 100%, and then after something like this we are completely winning. So so I'm really happy. Let's actually analyze the whole game and not only play for a few minutes. So we have to learn from our mistakes. I'm sure I've missed some ideas and some things in this, but it was an okay game actually, and we got some of the rating back, and Stockfish is already saying we are trash at this game. Wow, what? So one thing I've noticed is that I'm playing much worse when I'm commentating my moves at the same time because apparently I'm not that good at multitasking, and I believe that's the case with streamers as well, because I've seen some streamers when they are in good matchup or in difficult matchups, or they see that they're playing against Hikaru or whatever, they're actually not talking at all. But against other people, they're completely verbal and talking every single time. So I believe that is I'm not alone on that one, but it's probably getting better with exercise. And let's see what is he doing. Is he giving me the analysis or not? Okay, so I would expect something like 80% accuracy. That would be generous, but we missed some ideas, and you can see the evil bar over here, back and forth, zigzag. That you don't want to have that, right? You don't really want to have that, but yeah, whatever. So let me check my phone real quick until this is loading. Dude, why is it not loading? I don't understand. Stockfish. Let me refresh the page. Maybe it's that. So no, there is like this bit over here where obviously my um oh, so we find the right idea. So we can analyze a little bit of it, but we don't get the exact accuracy, which is a bit annoying. But as you can see, this was the correct idea, and after takes, we are breaking through, and we are actually breaking through and have a good positions. Okay, so here, I was supposed to play here, and after something like this, only go there afterwards. But here, I'm still doing fine. Okay, time scramble, obviously, inaccurate, and don't blame me in the time scramble. I'm just shuffling my pieces back and forth, and this is fine for me. I just go here, I go here, and I find the best moves sometimes. Good, good. Okay, so let's actually analyze from the beginning. We aren't going to get a good analysis, but let's see. So we get knight c3, we get knight f6, and then after something like this, you can see our setup wasn't bad at all. I was supposed to take with a check and double his pawns and steal, but c5 and then fianchetto was an okay idea. As you can see, we got a really great position out of the opening. The engine would argue that we are better, and that's what I'm telling you. If you are comfortable with such positions, you should play. I played d5, and I actually found the best move over here, and now I was supposed to go here, but I didn't. I went here, and now after this, takes. Okay, what was I supposed to do? Take. As I told you, this is a pretty difficult choice to make, and obviously way more accurate than what I've done. But our position is still fine after this, and our position is superior. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to push. I was supposed to either go rook to c8, or I was supposed to take. And I've actually talked about taking, and I've commentated this as well. But I thought like, okay, if he takes with a knight, I just place my knight over here. And apparently not even that. What if he takes with a rook? Do I place my knight over there? Still not. Okay, that was not the correct idea. But taking with a pawn, I thought, okay, I don't really have a good square. And apparently rook c8 is just fine. That didn't happen. And yeah, we shuffled back and forth a few inaccuracies. And here white is winning after what? After just... Okay, so this was the moment and then the inaccuracy afterwards. And white is winning, blunders, and then we are getting counterplay. I instantly found the best idea, and beautiful, beautiful. Okay, this is a dynamic move. Okay, apparently this, and you're completely lost because you're just losing this, or what? No, you're not losing anything. I don't understand. Okay, obviously your queen is going to be very inactive and very hard to move. That's the idea, but I don't really see why in a time scramble would be that bad. Whatever. So we play over here, takes, and now our position is better, and all of a sudden we aren't even that bad. So yeah, if you like this series, don't forget to let me know in the comments below. Leave a like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and check the link in my bio for the best chess products you've ever seen. You know how it goes. See you next time.